Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the sixth coming onto Shite Creepypastas. As usual, with our duet of hosts, Pyrotantics and my friend June, we're going to step into another animated story, but this time we're going to dive into My Little Pony fanfictions, especially one infamous for being an absolute gore fest titled The Cupcakes. In this matter,
Yes,
because
I'm.
I'm not that much qualified to talk about MLP stuff, I'll leave a short introduction to your to June. Please say some words about it.
Yes. To all of you watching this, if you're a brony, then you probably don't need any introduction. But for those who aren't, for some context, this creepypasta fan fiction is, as Parrot just said, infamous for being a heck ton of a gore fest. And well, you may or may not know YouTube animation videos based on this creepypasta as well. Maybe it's best if you don't know about them because, well, I do not recommend watching them. And yeah, as a brony myself, I was looking forward to dissecting this, whatever the hell this story may be.
So, knowing that you have slight insight in what is this story, let's just do a dive bomb into this puddle of rainbow colored mess.
Yeah, this is some unholy shit we are diving into. So very much like a priest holding holy water and a crucifix for his protection, I have my Fluttershy plushie with me in my hands to help me throughout this journey.
Well, I only have a glass of soda, but I'm not gonna stand harmless. Here we go then. The air was warm, the sun was shining, and every pony in Ponyville was having a glorious day. I presume because there was a festival coming. The town square was bustling and crowded, and busy ponies filled the streets. All the pony folk seemed to have somewhere specific to be. The one with the shite with the shite cutie mark is washing the toilets. The one with the skull on his arse is making motorcycle stunts, and the other one with pentagram is writing some satanistic fanfictions. All except Rainbow Dash. Oh, really? Just find yourself something to do. Don't be lazy. Her place was in the sky. She tore freely through the air, speeding one way and the next, buzzing the treetops, erasing the wind. Also swallowing a lot of bugs. The blue Pegasus swooped over a schoolyard, much to the delight of the children. I hope these were children. I'm not judging you. Then climbed several hundred feet and dove, streaking downward as fast as she could. Sonic boom, pretty much?
Or Sonic Rainboom.
Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open and she pulled up back into the clear blue. Oh, so this was not the sonic boom. Sad.
Yeah, never mind.
Rainbow felt alive. Oh, I'll be surprised if she felt dead inside after this stunt. Suddenly, Dash remembered that she had somewhere to be. She was supposed to meet with Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. Dash had gotten so caught up in her exercises that she'd nearly forgotten that Pinkie had asked to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. I presume she got so into her exercises that she might have also forgotten how to breathe properly, knowing that she swallowed a bunch of flies and mosquitoes. Oh my god.
Oh well, to give credit where credit's due, so far all the MLP mannerisms seems to be on point.
Yep. Pinkie hadn't said why or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew that with Pinkie it could be anything. Well, because she's partying hard, as we know. Dash wasn't sure if she really wanted to go though. She was so engaged with her stunts that she thought about blowing Pinkie off to continue flying. Because, the air show is really hard thing to do. It requires some labor. But Dash's conscience...
And I thought you represented the element of loyalty, Rainbow Dash.
But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that it would hurt Pinkie's feelings. After all, Pinkie had said it was going to be something special just for the two of them. Well, sod that airshow. My friend is much more important. Fuck it that I've been preparing for this airshow for months, if not for years. My friend is more important. Although, shouldn't this Pinkie brain understand that, some work is also important? I don't know, maybe she was supposed to receive a hefty reward for her stunts in the air on that air show. I don't know. This story does not tell. Dash considered it and thought, why not? What did she have to lose? All that money? Heck, it might
or
be...
your life.
Heck, it might be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull on folks, and they'd had so much fun the last time. Oh, I'm kinda curious what kind of fun did she have in mind. Dash kicked into overdrive to make up for the lost time. Normally, because her wings have a horsepower ratio of 666 HP or more.
Maximum overdrive.
And sped to her appointment. When Dash walked into the store... Hey, wait a second. She sped up in the air and then simply walked. Don't you think a jet lag would be a thing in this case? Also,
no mention of her
given that
landing
sudden
before
deceleration,
walking.
I would possibly assume she just rammed the door like a torpedo. Or air-to-surface missile. Because she wouldn't brake in time.
Yeah, like I said, no mention of landing before walking.
Yeah, definitely. She was immediately greeted by her host, who was bouncing in excitement. Hopefully, it was an excitement because, she could be also bouncing because she couldn't take a shite for a couple hours.
Bouncing out of excitement, well, that is classic Pinkie Pie.
Yeah. Yay, you here! I've been waiting all day, said the jumping pony.
Sorry if I'm a little late, Pinkie. I was doing my afternoon exercises and lost track of time.
Dash apologized. Of course, because I had that Earth show to practice for. Pinky giggled and responded in a gleefully reassuring tone. Oh, that's okay, you're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited thinking about all the fun stuff we're gonna do. I haven't stopped bouncing since I woke up. I mean, I've almost forgot to breathe. I've been so happy. Oh, really? You need to get reminded yourself to breathe.
Classic Pinkie Pie dialogue.
Oh, really? Do you need a reminder on your mobile phone or whatever, or your clock to get to inhale and exhale? Sorry. There you go. Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She had always appreciated Pinkie Pie's friendly, outgoing way of life, but Pinkie's overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. Well, because she's treating life as a never-ending party. Fucking hedonistic approach, I'd say. Dash maintained a polite expression, however. If Pinkie was this worked up, whatever she had planned must be good. So, you ready to get started, Rainbow Dash? I've got everything all ready, the pink pony said. Dash psyched herself up.
You betcha, Pinkie. So what you got planned? We gonna prank somebody? I got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Or maybe you got some stunts you think I should try? Or perhaps...
Making cupcakes! Pinkie happily announced.
Baking?
Dash was disappointed.
Pinkie, you know I'm not good at baking. Remember last time?
You remember last time we had a shortage of flour? Turns out the gunpowder is not a good replacement. Oh, that's not a problem at all. I only need your help making them. I'll be doing most of the work, Pinkie explained. Dash thought about it for a second. Yeah, because, she's gonna take a lot of work to do, and I'll just sign myself under it as well. As if I've done nothing. Because I've done nothing, but I said I will do. How smart. Okay, go.
Well, alright, I guess that's okay. What exactly do you need me to do?
That's the spirit. Here you go. Pinkie handed Dash a cupcake. Dash was puzzled.
I thought I was helping you bake.
Well, seems you won't, because she already made one. Oh, you will be. I made this one just for you before you got here.
So this is like taste testing or something?
Sorta, Pinkie said, having a nice grin on her face, possibly because that cupcake was spiced up. Poison. Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. Like Oscar pastry? Oh my god, don't eat a Formula 1 driver. She chewed a bit and swallowed. Not bad. I mean, it has some taste of a rat poison, but I don't know. Okay.
Okay, now what?
Dash asked. Now, Pinkie informed her, you take a nap. Yeah, fuck off, Jeffrey's fangirl, you muppet.
Oh, Jesus, you were right. She really did drug that cupcake.
Puzzled, Dash opened her mouth but felt instantly lightheaded. A wave of dizziness washed over her, the world spun, and seconds later, She collapsed to the floor. Holy shit, those drugs were fucking awesome working. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. What was this dark room? What is this dark room? I don't know. An attic? Pedobear's basement or whatever the hell? She tried to shake her head but found that a taut leather strap held it firmly in place. She struggled to move, but braces around her chest and limbs glued her to a rack formed of a series of sturdy planks which spread her legs wide apart. I'm pretty certain some people just stood up and started clapping in amazement. You never know who watches My Little Pony, to be fair. Dash swings were only part of her not tied down, and they fluttered frantically while she struggled to escape. Also slamming those planks because they couldn't just move much freely because they kept hitting over those planks, making her feel more pain. As she writhed, Pinky jumped suddenly into her line of sight. "Goody, you're awake! Now we can get started!" Pinky stated gleefully. She bounded into the darkness. "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again." And quickly reappeared, pushing a small cart covered with a cloth. Okay, this
Pinky,
cart...
what's going on? I can't move!
Dash said urgently. "Well, duh! Why do we have to remind ourselves of Full House?" "That's because you're tied down," chided Pinky. "That's why you can't move. I didn't think you'd need to be told that. Because I haven't assumed you haven't graduated primary school."
But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help make cupcakes.
Well, you see, Dashi, now you will start picking up on cupcakes. And I mean, hitting on lasses. Or lads. Sky's the limit. You are helping. You see, I ran out a special ingredient and I need you to get more.
Special ingredient?
Dash was now breathing heavily and starting to panic.
What special ingredient?
I think I have one guess. Cocainum. Pinky giggled and responded, "You silly!" Dash's eyes widened and her face contorted in fear. Then she started to laugh in a voice bordering on hysteria.
Ooh, you really got me there, Pinkie Pie. I mean, tricked me into thinking I'm gonna get made into a cupcake. I gotta tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win. You're the best.
Yeah, because, you see, your pranking channel will overthrow that sodding lad. Please die, Pie. Just don't kill me, please. Pinky only giggled even more. "Oh, thanks, Dashi, but I haven't done any pranks today, so I can't accept your praise." Dash was struggling again.
Pinky, come on. This isn't funny.
Then why were you laughing? I don't know, maybe because she thought you had a nice sense of humor. Before Dash could answer, Pinky grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. Because a piece of cloth can be used like a whip. I think Panther from Persona 5 would disagree because she's the mistress of the whip. On the cart was a tray containing various sharp medical tools and knives, carefully organized and wickedly sharp, as well as a large medical bag. I presume someone read tip to Tip of Yandere 101 by Shion Sonozaki.
Either that or she's been watching the Hostel movies.
Dash was now in full panic mode because because before that she was just in a half panic mode. She was starting to hyperventilate. Oh, I know this is a word, but thank you for not using the other word. Her mind raced as she tried to reason with the pink pony, and basically got stuck in the DRS train, denying her chance of winning the Grand Prix.
You can't do this, Pinky! I'm your friend!
Oh, you haven't thought the friend can backstab you? I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy that I've got you here. We get to share your last moments together, just you and me. Pinky was skipping again. Don't skip important topics, because you'll lose your sense of finding out what you're at.
But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me, and then you'll get found out.
Dash cried in desperation. Oh, Dashi, said Pinky. Don't worry, there are plenty of Pegasus ponies to take care of a few clouds. And besides, no one will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this? Yeah, I think she began, I don't know, taking inspiration from Yuno Gasai or whatever. And with that ominous statement, the lights suddenly came to life and revealed the rest of the room.
Oh no.
Dash reeled in horror at the image presented to her. Of course, I would be really surprised that the lights suddenly kicked in. I don't know whether a sensor or what, or did she have the switch in her arse, like a remote switch, of course. The room was decorated with a typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair. And twisted in what manner? Let's see. Colorful streamers of dried entrails fluttered around on the ceiling. How original. Brightly painted skulls of all sizes were attached to the walls, and organs done up in pastels filled with helium were tied to the backs of chairs. Again, how fucking original. The tables and chairs were made of bones and the preserved flesh of past ponies.
Okay, I see she's also been watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because tables and chairs made out of bones and flesh, they sound something like straight out of the Sawyer household.
Yeah, but also, can a horse skeleton be used as a basis for a chair or a table? I have quite doubts, although knowing what people were able to do to other people, like making lamp covers from the human skin. That's That would that wouldn't surprise me at all. Dash cringed upon seeing the centerpiece of the table nearest to her. The heads of four fowls, their eyes closed as if they were sleeping, were wearing party hats made from their own skin. Like they were just skulls, or they were just prepped hands, like for a display. This this is never told, never explained. Dash recognized one of them as Apple's Bloom classmate Twist. Oh really? Now we're torturing children. Go to all of the hell.
Oh dear, we're reaching like Squidward suicide levels of disturbing.
Dash's eyes darted back and forth, hitting many bullseyes on the boards, and then fell upon a patchwork banner hanging from the rafters. Made from several tanned pony hides, the words "Life is a party" were scrawled on it in a blood red. Oh really? I thought it's made in peace yellow. Dash's attention was brought back by a party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She gaped at Pinkie Pie, who was standing right in front of her. The party pony was dressing a dress quilted from a dried skin, emblazoned with cutie marks. Oh really? Oh no. Glad I'm not having like anything to eat, because I would possibly puke myself out, but I still have a drink at my side.
She really has turned into Leatherface at this point.
On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all of different colors. Like you had 3 pairs, or each wing was in a different color. As the earth pony skipped in excitement, her necklace of severed unicorn horns clacked together loudly. Oh my god. Like it? Pinkie asked. I made it myself. Desperately, Dash pleaded with a smiling pony before her.
Pinkie, please! I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promised I won't tell anybody.
Oh, Dashi, you didn't do anything. It's just that your number came up and... really? Was this some sort of lottery?
Probably.
I don't know. It's never explained. And, well, I don't make rules. We can't turn back now. Well, you always can, just... I don't know. You will release her, but either the result will be that your friend would report you to the police and you'll be blasted into the moon, if I'm not mistaken. Knowing what your princess regnant thinks of, I don't know. Because I don't think you have death penalty in your world. Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening? Again, haven't you thought that even your best friends can backstab you one day? Oh, don't be sad, Dash, said Pinkie. Look, this will cheer you up. I brought you a friend. Seemingly out of nowhere, Pinkie produced a brightly painted blue and yellow skull. It was about pony-sized, but it had a very defining feature. A beak. Oh, that's a big bird. Dash...
Oh, she killed a griffin.
Dash gaped in a shock. Is that... Oh, sorry.
Is that...
Hey, Dashi, Let's hang together. These ponies are lame-os. You're lame. Dweeps, dweep, 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 dweeps. I didn't know ponies can become weeps. I mean, were there a weeboo pony in the story? I don't think. Pinky mimicked. I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for about 20 minutes? That was enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait till after the party to do that. But boy, I am glad I did. It was worth it for the flavor alone. Don't tell me you have eaten that creature alive. Griffins taste like two animals at once. It's amazing. Go fuck yourself, you pinky ripoff of Yuno Gasai. I know she didn't have a number like everyone else in Ponyville, maybe because she wasn't playing your lottery. But when I was gonna get another chance to try a griffin, I probably should have asked where she came from so I could have gotten more, but I forgot. Oh really, you think about genocide. I'll tell you what though, she was quite a fighter. She lasted a long time, which was a lot of fun for me. Because I recently got fond of mixed martial arts with melee weapons. I got a chance to play with somebody other than a pony and try new things. It's too bad she had such a meanie mouth. She had said too much bad stuff. I just had to take her tongue out. Bad language makes for bad feelings, Rainbow Dash. Oh really, you couldn't
Yeah, I
you
can.
couldn't stand out couple of swears towards you, even rightfully pointing out your idiocy.
Can only imagine the kind of words that were bombarding. Fuck, 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 fuckity, fuck, 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 Jesus, holy Jesus, God, Christmas, shit!
Dash didn't have anything to say. She just sobbed and writhed in her tight bonds. Well, she began sobbing so hard she made a waterfall. You can use just Pokemon with the surf and you can get up to the Elite Four. Although I don't know what part was that. Well, said Pinky with an air of finality. That's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin. Yay, let the Gorefest begin. Putting down Gilda's skull. Oh, now we found out how this griffin was. What was that griffin's name? Really, I thought that griffin is called Greg. The pink pony gripped a scalpel in the cleft of her hoof, possibly dropping it a couple times because she's a clumsy, and walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, Pinky placed the blade an inch above Dash's cutie mark and began a circular cut around it. Cut in the air. Finishing the incision, Pinky grabbed a curved skinning knife from the tray. Screwing up her face in concentration, she worked it under Dash's skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she carefully watched her flesh peel off. Well, because her skin was just like one of the potato. Sorry. I'm trying to not vomit. Pinky then moved to the other side and repeated the process on Dash's left flank. I presume she also had a bit of difficulties because she was cutting in the air. Once she had finished, Pinky held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and started waving them like pom-poms. Cheerleader as fuck. You just wear some outfit that would fit you and do some stunts. Dash just whimpered. Her thighs burned like nothing she had felt before. Oh, really? Placing the ragged patches of skin down, Pinky selected a large butcher knife and walked behind the blue Pegasus. Hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna wing it now, Pinky laughed. Yeah, so go to the KFP. They have a good Phoenix wing.
Kiriki!
She grabbed Dash's left wing in her mouth and played with it for a few seconds. Why? Are you a dog? Yanking it back so the sharp pain reignited the fire in Dash's flanks. You know, I thought the wings are like a couple of centimeters above her arse, so how was that possible? Then stretching the wing out, Pinky brought the blade down hard at the base. Instantly Dash screamed and thrashed her appendage. Hulk throw this time, not smash, because can't smash while being tied with leather belts. The movement threw off Pinky's aim. She tried to hit the mark again but missed and carved a huge slice into Dash's back. Really, into her back that was covered. Or which part of her body did you hit? Dash, you gonna stay still, or I'll keep missing, scolded Pinky as her friend howled. Because she started howling like a mutilated dog.
Oh!
Pinky took another whack and hit her target. She took like a wooden hammer and smacked her friend into the head to keep her silenced. She swung again and again. Blood sprayed into the air, but Pinky realized she wasn't getting anywhere. The blade wasn't going through the bone. I'm sorry. I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else. Yeah, because she wanted to use a kitchen utensil on a bone instead of, I don't know, using an axe or a saw. Stated Pinky matter-of-factly, I almost read it motherfuckerly, as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, embedding the blade in the table. You know what? You have a good trick. Go with it to Equestria's Got Talent. You surely would have tens coming out as your final rank. Through the haze of pain and tears, Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing. Okay. Got it. Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it. Oh, really? Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're now ripping the Joker.
Oh yeah, real lovely pun.
Pinky placed the tool over the mangled flesh of the last attempt. Standing on her hind legs, the hind like her rear legs.
Yeah, her rear legs.
She worked the saw back and forth with her front hooves. How large this saw was? Couldn't this be like one hand saw? Or was it, I don't know, the double-handed saw that requires two people to use it, but you were so strong enough that you were having enough strength to pull and push it?
I'd probably think about the logistics of the saw too, but right now, reading this is just too painful for me.
I share your feelings, mate, even though I'm not a brony. Like, when it comes to MLP, I only enjoy parodies of it. It sliced effortlessly through the bone and skin. Yeah, that was my point. How large this saw was. The feeling of the jagged teeth grinding into her made Dash want to vomit. Please release
You're not
that
alone
on
in that.
release that mixture on that gas I rip off. She watched mumbly as her wing flew over her head and landed with a fluff on the table. Pinky moved to the next wing and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She'd given up trying to fight and focused on choking back screams of agony and all that and all that and all of her digestive juices and whatever the hell. Abruptly the sawing paused. Pinky was only halfway done, the wing hanging off by a sliver. Hey Dash, Pinky piped. Think fast! Suddenly Pinky yanked the wing as hard as she could. The bone snapped, but the blue pony's skin held. Oh really, I didn't know that the ponies in this series have a skin harder than the bone.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Then tore away. The pull ripped away a long strip of flesh all the way down Dash's back to her rump. Her body seized at the unexpected trauma because her system froze. As her pelvis tensed up, please don't tell me about this place. Ah! Dash felt a warm release between her legs, and her loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. Yeah, because she got a blue screen of death. Because she's blue and has a rainbow colored mane. Dash awoke with a gasp. The stench of her urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. And you should have gone to the toilet before that. You brewed those urine? Now, hey, maybe don't drink that. We want some. We don't need to make it more disgusting than it is, actually. Let's move on.
Aye.
As her vision swam into focus, she saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing a large adrenaline needle from her chest. I'm not sure that adrenaline is supposed to work that way, although I don't know. It was never said that Dash had an allergy of something and she had a shock or whatever. Stomping her hoofs, the frustrated Pinky lashed out at her helpless victim. "Oh, didn't anybody teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when somebody invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like it if I came over to your house and went to sleep?" "Oh, really? Don't you know what people do at their friends' houses?" "My guess is you don't." "Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You're so boring. I feel like I'll take a nap." So take one. I don't care. You think I like always doing this by myself? I told you how excited I got when I found you were next. Because of that lottery thingy I made up. I was excited to have a friend to be here with me while I worked, but no, you've got to be inconsiderate. You know, I thought you were tough. Well, her skin is tough. Tougher than the bones. I thought you can handle anything. I've had full stand-up better than you. Do I have to baby you, huh? Is that how you want me to remember you? As a baby? As Pinkie Pie stopped to catch her breath, I guess he finally reminded herself that she needed to inhale and exhale. Dash blinked and sobbed softly. Her back was in agony, her sides were on fire. Why this reminds me of Linkin Park's Crawling in My Skin. Why do I hear it in the background? And there was
Crawling in my skin!
And there was an intense pain in one of her legs. As she blinked again, she saw Pinky pop something red into her mouth and began to chew. Oh, really? Oh my god. As she blinked again, noticing Dash's stare, Pinky quite quickly gulped the morsel down. What? Pinky asked. "Oh, this?" She held up another piece. "Well, while you were asleep, I got a little impatient and helped myself to a small sample. I got it from your leg. You're not bad." And here's a plot twist. Before she came into your bakery, she stepped into a dog poop. Now you're delecting on all that effort. Bon appetit, Mademoiselle Pinky. Wanna try some? Without waiting for a response, Pinky shoved the strip of meat into the revolted Pegasus pony's mouth. Dash gagged and immediately spit it out. I don't know if it was spat what would be better, but I don't know. Pinky frowned and picked up the chunk of flesh. If you didn't want it, you could have said no. She contemplated the discarded snotty morsel, then gulped it up. It's not like you haven't had my cupcakes before. And you forgot about that one you spiced up with drugs that knocked her out. I think that one was good. Swallowing, Pinky turned her attention to a small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that it was filled with red-hot coals. Oh, I guess we're gonna be grilling something. Guess you found out that eating raw meat isn't much healthy. Lying on top of the coals were several large nails. Sorry, I need another sip. I don't care if I'm gonna puke later. I don't fucking care.
Oh god, Pinky Leatherface, please stop. She's already dead.
As the adrenaline filled her veins, Dash began to panic again. Picking up the can, Pinky walked over to Dash's left. Holding some tongs with her mouth, Pinky carefully picked up a nail and positioned it at the seam between her victim's front left leg and hoof. She then grabbed, I guess you meant her hand and hoof or whatever, because you know the ponies use the front legs as pretty much as a hand. They're pretty skilled at it. She then grabbed a hammer and took careful aim.
No, Pinky!
Dash screamed.
No! No!
The hammer came down and the nail punctured Dash's skin. The white hot burning was too much. Oh, so how hot were these coals? Like 1,000 degrees Celsius? I think this wouldn't be a case, because you know what? It's a fucking hot that it would melt that can.
Not to mention the nails.
Yeah, definitely. Dash screamed as she pulled and thrashed at the braces, causing her raw skin to rub and tear, and also fry. Pinky tried to line up another nail but couldn't find her aim. So get some glasses if you have a problem with that. And let out a frustrated grunt. When Pinky brought the hammer back to tail the wild swing, because we can't have a tamed swing, Dash burst out crying and begging.
Please stop, please, please stop. Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Pinky rolled her eyes. Putting down the hammer and tongs, she walked back in front of her friend and stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilded even cried this much when she had a live Para's pride shoved down her throat. I think that should be a sentence said by this bootleg Yunogasai pony, but I don't know. Minus 500 points for the Hufflepuff. Pinky thought for a minute about what to do next, then had a sudden spark of inspiration. Rotating a wheel on the rack, oh, where did that came from? Pinky laid Dash on her back, then moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Picking up her tools, Pinky drove a searing hot spike of metal directly into the bottom of Dash's hoof. Yay, fuck off. As Dash yelled in pain, Pinky moved around and drove a second nail into the other hoof. Next, Pinky went back to her cart and located an enormous battery and controller, which he dragged over to where she was working. Battery and controller. You mean like the current inverter or whatever the hell? Knowing that this is gonna be like the batteries store the direct current and you will use the alternating current. I don't know. Okay, where I was. She tied copper wires between the terminals and the nails driven into Dash's hoof. Then gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. You forgot about roll on 1 and roll on 2. And also that all sentences said by the wardens or the prison guards. Really, you really have to rip off Shawshank Redemption. No, Shawshank, the Green Mile, my sake. The Green Mile. You really have to rip off the Green Mile. Go fuck yourself. Electricity rocketed to Dash's body. The blue pony reacted immediately. Her body seized and her muscles snapped taut. So wait, which part of you put all those wires in onto? Because for that jolt you would need to have from head to toe, not from toe to toe. I don't know. Dash's hip thrust skyward, her eyes rolled back, and she let out a deep throat-shredding cry. Pinky giggled and danced in place because her friend dancing like she had a seizure. Then reached down and turned up the juice. Oh, so this is a roll-on 2 moment. Dash convulsed uncontrollably and her bladder emptied once more. Oh, fuck off. After about 5 minutes, Pinky shut off the power by unplugging the cable from her Pikachu. Wisps of steam rose from the singed fur around Dash's hooves, and the area reeked of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. Why did I read that as burnt enema? I don't know. Maybe I'm just so tired of this story already, and this is just half of it. Pinky rotated Dash upright again and tried to snap the drooling, delirious pony back to attention. Oh, delirious? You mean she was drunk? We never saw that.
How is she still alive after all that?
Dash, Rainbow Dash, wake up! Dash moaned and managed to give a modicum of weak acknowledgement. I don't know how. Pinky studied her handiwork, then reached into the medicine bag and produced a large syringe. Yeah, she was able to produce it in a minute, like assembled all that syringe because it was brought into pieces. Alright, time for the last round.
Time for the last round, she said, and you know what that means? It means the story is almost over.
But to be fair, even the sodding Sonic wasn't ready for the last round. Dash focused blearily on the needle, which Pinky took as a question as to what it was. This is a little something to take the pain away. Oh really, so this is a sedative or whatever the hell?
Something to take the pain away. Too bad you can't take the emotional pain away. You know, the emotional pain that this story has implanted in our brains.
And we still have like a half of it to go. This is a little... Oh, wait. Pinky informed Dash as she walked around to her victim's ruined back. Dash flinched and Pinky jabbed the needle into the lower part of the blue spot pony's spine. Moving in front of her friend again, Pinky leaned down and elaborated. In a few minutes you won't be able to feel anything below your ribcage. Then you'll be able to stay awake to watch the harvest.
You won't be able to feel anything below your ribcage. Now this is Linkin Park's Numb.
And also, are you a fucking reaper? That you need to harvest her? Dash started to cry.
Pinky?
She choked out. Yeah?
I want to go home.
Dash sobbed. Yeah, I can see wanting you to do that, replied the party pony. Oh, party pony now, I don't know. Sometimes I just wanna give up. I just say, I'm done with this mess and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You got to pull yourself up and meet the challenges head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life.
Murder and cannibalism is not a responsibility, you fucking deranged psychopath.
Definitely. Dash hung her head and cried. Minutes passed as the drug took effect. Eventually, Dash was completely numb from her chest to her flanks. Oh, really? So this is Linkin Park's numb. Pinky made a long horizontal. At this point, Pinky approached with a scalpel. Glancing at Dash and smiling, Pinky made a long horizontal cut across the Pegasus pony's pelvis just above her crotch. Please don't mention that place again!
Nobody needs that in their lives.
Moving up Dash's body, Pinky made a similar incision under her ribs. Finally, Pinky made a long vertical cut toward Dash's stomach, connecting the first two. Looks like I got my eye on you. Dash, Pinky giggled. No, it's can't get my eyes over you. Don't rip off the songs you don't understand. With a moist, gooey sound, the flaps of skin opened. The sight of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. I mean, she would be able to run a marathon with that. I don't know. Pinky carefully sliced open Dash's abdominal sac and grabbed her large intestines. As she separated the organ from the rest of the digestive tract and pulled it out of the new cavity, Pinky grew jovial, laughing as she got at her friend. Because slaughter is fun.
My Little Pony, slaughter is magic.
Yeah. Pinky began to make Jones. Dash, growing weaker from this new source of blood loss, tried desperately to shut out the macabre comedy act. Look at me, I'm a rarity! Pinky laughed. Slinging the intestinal tube around her neck and splaying blood in all directions. Who the fuck you are, Shion Sonozaki? At least she's awesome and can be likable at some moment, not you. Isn't my new scarf so pretty? No, it's ugly as hell. Go fuck yourself. Or maybe not. I don't know what would you use to do that. Reaching back inside, she sliced the smaller intestine off from the bowels, squeezing out the excess excrement and possibly all the flies that she has swallowed during her flight. Pinky filed the slimy organ through her teeth and dragged it back and forth. Dentists say you gotta floss every day, Dash. I'll tell that to a certain fish face who forgot to floss and now... Oh, never mind. Not this universe. Dash was barely aware of what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Oh, really? I thought it's all that blood loss that made you fade away. Disappointed, Pinky dived back into the blue pony's guts, ramping up her routine. Oh, don't go yet, Dash. Pinky started pulling out the rest of Dash's organs, pausing with each removal. Really? I know, I can be a real pancreas, but you know, I'm just kidding with you. You really got to learn to liver it up. Boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Guess you gotta develop a stomach for them. Please don't steal my job. It's my job to make unfunny jokes at your actions, not you. Not yours. Pinky placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer. Oh, bagpipes! She said, placing the end of Dash's esophagus in her mouth and the stomach in her armpit. She squeezed and a spurt of acid hit her tongue. Now you're burned. Because, it's the acid. Ew! Oh hey, look! There's your cupcake, Dash! Dash didn't hear her tormentor. She had slipped from consciousness. Consciousness? That's how it's written. Minutes ago. Pinky, not yet satisfied, hit Dash with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart pounding. Warm blood flowed out from the wound in her chest in great spurts. I think there's a bloody problem. The adrenaline won't work when you have most of your organs ripped off your body.
How is she still alive?
It wouldn't be long now. Pinky brought Dash around onto her back again and straddled the blue pony's chest, scalpel at the ready. And also, wasn't she like, sedated from below her rib cage? How the fuck did that Pinky Unogasai ripoff manage to put out her organs out of her chest if she had the incision made on her belly? I don't know how was that possible. Rainbow Dash, I'm disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really wanted to spend some more time with you before we got here. But I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well, it was really nice. It really was nice here. It was nice knowing you, Dashi. Repetitions. That's a classic. The blade sunk into the blue throat and worked its way up to Dashi's chin. Yeah, she should be probably dead at this point. Coming back down, Pinky scalpeled and circled Dash's neck. The last thing Rainbow Dash felt, which shouldn't happen because of all that blood loss, was her skin being cut away from her skull and the metal of the blade scraping her teeth. Then she was gone. Just then, while she should be dropped dead minutes ago.
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie stared into the mirror. She had done a really good job, even keeping the eyelids. Wait a second, she ripped off her skin from her face.
Yeah, she's now full Leatherface mode.
Along with the muscle tissue, leaving the skull. Jesus, no. Hold on. That's going to end. How long I have? The final page. Oh my god, the final page. This is the final page.
Thank Christ.
She had done a really good job. She winked and Dash winked back. I don't think the post-mortal contractions would be possible if there was no muscle. Pinky smiled, but still, she was sad that her friend was now gone.
If you're sad that your friend is no more, then how about doing something like, I don't know, not killing her?
Yeah, now whose fault is that? Dash had only lasted 50 minutes. Not nearly as long as Pinky had wanted. You know what? I thought she would last around 20 minutes. Because of all that excessive shite you were pulling on her. That should have
just
killed
15.
her halfway through. She looked back at the cadaver hanging in the center of the room, the last of her friend's fluids draining into a pan. Where did that come from? Yup, no more Rainbow Dash. As she looked, Pinky cocked her head. I mean, this story is pretty cocked up from the start. She began to
cock.
Shut up, Jams. She began to take notice of the fact that there really wasn't much damage to the corpse.
Wasn't much damage to the corpse. You friggin' split it open and disemboweled her.
And also those cuts on her arse, that piece of leg missing, not to mention the wings ripped off. In fact, the pink pony mused, I think. You think now. What was that shite you were thinking about before, or you weren't thinking at all? I don't know. An idea exploded in her head. Why this sentence couldn't be literate, that her head exploded. This would be so much more amusing than all that gorefest we had before. She was good at sewing and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put them back together. Where it was said you had a sewing machine, or at least a needle and strings. Yeah, she just had to get some stuffing and bingo, she'd have Rainbow Dash forever. Fuck off.
She was good at sewing. Nah, man, that's Rarity's job.
Yeah, definitely.
Kid yourself.
Or maybe, I don't know, that Rarity taught her how to sew before she too got painfully tortured to death. But we can assume that. We can speculate. In fact, thought Pinky, that's what she'd do for all her best friends when their numbers came up. I guess the Rarity wasn't treated that way yet. She was so excited, she skipped right over to the body with her Skinner to get started. The cupcakes could wait. Pinkie Pie had a friend to make. And that is how this story ends.
Oh, thank goodness, the torture is finally over.
Though this is not the only version of this story I encountered in my life. There was also a next paragraph that described how Pinky wanted to do the same thing to another pony, I think one of the child ponies, if I'm not mistaken, but was stopped by I think Apple Bloom, or that was her name. And she said that this pony was her job to do. Like if she like this Pinky fucker has trained another pony killer.
Oh, fucking
Thank
lovely,
God
as
we
if
didn't
just
have this
having one of
paragraph
these stories,
because this would be even more disturbing.
as if
Not
having
as
only
if
just one of these stories wasn't disturbing enough already.
really this story is awful. Not only from the all that pointless gore and anything, but it's boring. Even if it's only 5 pages, it stretches out. It's stretching out. You try to read this and you feel it goes longer than it should go. I mean,
Honestly, gore is the most cheap way to like get some uh like a disturbing like it's the cheapest way to disturb people.
yeah, possibly there are other things to disturb people, but this one is just painful
It's
and
just
it's
too cliche.
overused. This is the core problem. And I hardly can imagine the gore fest in the style of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And I'm of one of those people who have read Lil Miss Rarity, a Tumblr blog depicting the said character as a perverted psychopath who enjoys BDSM.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
I was one of those people who saw that and somehow threw it. This piss poor fucking story, is trying to put Lil Miss Rarity into shame, and it does by being awful. At least Lil Miss Rarity was somehow funny, even though it's also a gore fest.
Also, hello.
This abomination isn't a horror story. It's a torture porn story.
Definitely. And I'm glad we have torn it to pieces. And we need.
Yeah.
And honestly, I need a. I'd like to conclude this story because this is just. Oh my god.
Always remember, folks, shock factor without anything intelligent behind it is just meaningless and straight up distasteful.
And I'm sorry, but I need to end this episode in a hurry because now I need to go to the toilet. Thanks a lot, June, for helping me with this story. And say hello to Vile for a brief cameo, as usual.
Yeah.
No worries, though. Thanks a lot for this episode of ShitePasta. My name is Pyrotantics. See you again, or hear you again, really soon. Good night.
Please.